Hello everyone, and welcome back to Keepsakes by Patty Cakes. This is Patty, and today I wanted to do something different. I'm still working on the my purple junk journal, but today I wanted to make something for those of you who might not have digitals. This might be a great project for you. I'm actually making like a flip out for the journal page. And I'm going to attempt to do it without using digitals today. So that will be my challenge. So I just have some, scrap paper. These gorgeous two books I got from my friend Deborah. And I have pages from some other books and a piece of masterboard. Just some random pages from some books that I have. I also have some, what do you call it? Die cuts, things that I've die cut out. And then I had these little cards in my stash. I think I purchased them when I first started junk journaling. And so they're all, different types of cards. So I want to try to incorporate those. And then I have a scrapbooking paper that I've had from when I started. This was I think one of my first purchases. And of course, I love purple. So, I'm sure that I can find some pages in here to work well with my purple journal. And then I also have some plain black paper, which I thought might be good to use for a base. I originally was thinking of using the masterboard, which you could do that too, but it's really, excuse me, really not in the color palette that I want, because it's not all neutrals and it has pinks in it and colors that I'm not using, which I could always cover it up, but I thought that would be a waste. And so I'm going to save this for another project. So what I'm going to do is I am going to start out by cutting some of this black just for my starting base. And I'm not using envelopes like people normally do. I wanted to do something different. And so my pages are 8.5 by 5, I believe. And I want it smaller than that. So let me go ahead and cut this at like maybe 3.5, 4 inches. No, I don't even want that. Maybe 3 inches. No, changed my mind. I'm looking at it wrong. So I'm going to start it at, let's go 4.5 inches. And like I said, you don't have to use black at all. I just had some in my stash, and there's black in my journal as well. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. So I thought that I would try that. Let's see. I'm going to see if 7's too long. Sorry about that. I had to grab a sip of water. Okay, so I'm just going to grab one of the signatures because I just want to see if I want it bigger or smaller, but I think that might be perfect. So okay, first of all, I am going to put something on here as a background, and I'm going to put it on, I think, the right side of the page to be flipped like this, and then it'll flip out. So I'm going to need something on here first for the fold. So what I'm going to do is take a piece of this music paper, and I'm just going to use that. Maybe about an inch or so. Maybe, yeah, maybe a little bigger. And then I will take off from both ends just a little bit. Oops. And then I'm just going to fold this in half. I hope everybody's doing well today, and that the weather's cooperating for everyone. It's raining here again today in Ohio, and I don't mind it. My body doesn't like it, but I'm so want to use black, but that's quite okay. It's funny because when you're making videos back to back, that you think, oh, what am I going to talk about now? Although this is a different day for me, but I don't think there's anything new that's been going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this side onto here because it's going to hook into the book like this. Okay. I've made a few new friends online, so that's been a really nice thing, getting to know some of my subscribers and some that also have YouTube channels and are artists as well, or creators. And I really enjoy that. And then I stopped by when my brothers were home. I stopped by to see my uncle. And hi, Uncle Gerald, if you're watching. And I haven't seen him for years, and so that was a very nice visit. So now we have each other's email addresses and have been talking to each other. And he is in his 80s. He's older than my father. And he's hanging in there. He has his health issues too. But it is just so nice, you know, talking to him. Okay, I have this map, and it had purples and like a dark brown color in it, so I thought that would go too. So I'm not sure where I'm going to put that yet, or if I'm going to use it, but I want to have some sort of thing on the cover, but I'm trying to think ahead to like, oh dear, if I'm putting flips and stuff on here, then maybe I should wait till I get my hinges on. So gonna have to do that and figure out how we want to do this. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe take some of these cards and make them flip out. So perhaps I should cover, I really don't have to. I was going to say I could cover this, the design on there, but you could probably journal on any of them, to be honest. These colors match. And they probably don't have purple. It's not in there. Same. Oh, these are so pretty. There's another one. So that's 3. Might use those. So pretty. Some of the designs. Like that one too. That's cute. I didn't even look at the other sides. Ledgers, and I like the one with the gold. It's cute too. Nope. Nope. It's blue. Blue. Reds. Okay, I like that one. Okay, so I think I got all of them down to these 3. I kind of would rather have something bigger flip out of that side though. Maybe that's where I'll use, it's almost the same size, but I could cut it down. Yeah, I'll have to cut it down. So I'm going to flip out here. I want one down here, and I want one at the top. I'll use this gold one up here. So this will have to go this way. And this one will have to go this way. And then this one will go here. Okay, so now I will make little hinges for these. And they are 3 1/4 inches. Let's see. Oops. 3 1/4. I'll try to tear that off. Okay. Then just tear a bit off. And we'll fold these in half. Go ahead and keep grabbing the wrong one. I don't know why I'm using black, but it's quite alright. I used a lot of black on the highlighting in the journal. Okay, so now with these ones, I'm just gonna angle these in to try to get rid of some of the bulk, which I should have did on the big part, but that's okay. Might as well do it on both sides. Oops. Okay, so this is gonna go here. Oh look, I measured wrong. It's actually too big. Doy. I don't know how I measured that wrong. I don't care if it's shorter but longer, it's just, yeah, we'll use that. No problem. Okay. And we'll just glue this part. Onto the bottom. Okay, and then I'll have to do the same with this one and make it shorter. Did it again. I think I forgot to ink that other one again too. So that one's gonna go like this. I apologize for it. The bottom part of my video wasn't showing very well yesterday. This part down in here, so I might have been out of frame a little bit, and I apologize for that. Hopefully today's video will be better. Okay, so we'll just put that here. Well, I'm kind of not even. Wasn't even thinking about that. I want to be even with this one as much as I can. So I'm gonna try that again. There we go. Okay. So then we have the big map, and because these are rounded corners, I'm going to cut this down a wee little bit and then round the corners on it as well. Let me just move these real quick. something to cover this side, which I wasn't thinking, but before I cover it, I'm going to put the piece down to connect it. So we'll get another piece of this, which I think it's perfect. So we'll take about, I don't know, an inch of that. I'll just take a wee little bit off the edge. Oops. Well, that one got really onto the paper. It's okay. All right. So I'm going to put it this way. I have to cut the corners off. Just do that real quick. That's really this side. Oops. I'm not doing very well at getting it even today. There we go. That's better. So then I want to cover this side, so I am going to find a book page that might work. I really like this one. Let's see what else is in here. This one has purples. This one's pretty. It's just like blues and purples, kinda. Probably more. Although that's almost the color of the purple I'm using. So I'll pull that one. Oh, I like the black and white. Those are more for fussy cut for me. But I'm going to take that out just if I want to use it, so I don't forget about it. Okay. Alright. Let's just set this aside. And think I am going to use this part right in here. Maybe over this way some. I'm just going to take a clip, put that on here so I don't move it. And I'm just going to trace around this. I should have tucked this in. There we go. That should be good. Could save these for something else. Okay, I'll take the corner rounder. Hopefully it'll fit. It goes this way. I'm going to be a little bit off because of this, I think. But I can just fold it around it, right? Yep. What I should have did was cut this part here too, but we'll just keep the music. And I'm going to go ahead and give it some ink. Go ahead and glue that down. Try to make sure I get the edges really well. Okay, let's try to line it up as well as possible before the glue dries. There we go. A little bit off, Patty. It's not allowing me to move it anymore, so I will just cut that part off and re-ink it. Kind of figured that was going to happen because of my flap too, but I think this was more my error. go. Okay, so let's bring this back. So now, uh-oh, what did I do here? It's bending that part. I didn't get it close enough to the edge, I think. Yep. Let's see if I can pull this up some. Still not letting me fold very well. Maybe it has to go the other way. This way. Wow. I must have really messed that up. Just trying to think of how to fix that. It's catching right on this end. Maybe if I cut some off. I think it's because of how much further I made that one in. But this one does fine. Might have to tear this one off, because I don't like that at all. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'll get a different card to put on there. Where's that other one I had? This one. Yep, we'll do that. Pause for one moment and fix that. Okay, so I fixed that. So it flips fine now. And so I want to put in our other flap here. And we'll go ahead and glue that down. Oops. And I'll go ahead and try to blacken that some so it doesn't stick out so much. Okay. Now, for the center part, I went ahead and cut this out, and I'm hoping it's going to fit pretty good. Maybe a little tiny bit off of the end. Slither. So it can go, the one side can fold properly. Let me see if that's enough. Yes, that'll work. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. I'm going to use a glue stick this time. Just because it's a large area to cover, and then if the edges don't stay down well enough, I will glue it down with the art glitter glue. Oops. Okay. I'm going to get it close to the side as I can. Just make sure everything will work. Yep. And I'll take my card and just make sure it's all squished out. There we go. I think I'm going to have these flip up, and this kind of doesn't match on the inside now because we have all these florals. You know what I might do is I might glue something to write on here. Not positive. But I'm not done gluing down little flaps. I'm going to take those little cards I have, the smaller ones. Let's see what I can do with those. You know what? Those would make perfect pockets. And actually, if I glued another one of these down on top of that, you wouldn't be able to see this of the other cards. Let me see what we can do. Could always glue down book pages too, but that's pretty up there. Yes, I think I might go ahead and glue that down. I didn't want this to be too thick because I know my journals are always huge, but that's why I didn't want to use envelopes, because they tend to get bulky when you make these little flippy things. There we go. That covers that. Let's see, do we have any other florally type ones? That blue kind of looks nice, but you wouldn't really be able to write on that. Shoot. This one's light enough that you would be able to, but this one has a rose. That one kind of blends in better. I think I'm going to use that. Looks like a sewing pattern on that one. But I also kind of like this one as well. Oh yeah, that looks really good with that too. Yep, I think I'm going to go with that. So we'll just glue that down. We'll go with this side. Looks like this one is going. That's not going to work. because of where the flap is. So I'm going to have to cut off part of this other side, I think. Yeah, just to make it work. I'll just cut that off. I haven't done my Roxy's Weekly Challenge this week, which she's doing a great idea with the library card pockets, which I'd love to make one for the journal too, so I want to do that this week. Okay, then that will go like that. What I was thinking, I told you about these cards, but another thing I was thinking was to have some type of paper coming off so it's not real bulky, but something to write on. Maybe a flip. Not quite sure yet. And then also we got to do that side, but yes, I'm thinking of a pocket or something of some sort. That's really busy. There's that same floral. Oh, and there's the same one of that. Maybe I could do them opposites so they'll match. That would be great. Let's see. Let me put these back in. These are great little journaling cards too. I forgot all about them and went to my box of things that to use for journals. And so that worked out great. So yes, this goes this way. I think I'm going to put that on there for a pocket, and then I'm going to take my punch, well, not this punch, my hole punch, or circle punch, and put a notch in it. But I'm going to guesstimate the middle, maybe right here, to put a thumb notch. Oops. And just give it a little ink. I'm not sure if I should put them on their matching. Maybe I should instead of the other. Yep, I think I'll do that to make them look nicer. Should I make this one a side? I think I might let this one be a flippy thing. Okay, I'm going to glue this pocket on. I'm just making this up as I go, guys, so we're just having a little fun today. There we go. I'll just give this a little ink. Oops. Okay. This one goes this way. I don't know. I kind of want to hide that label, but I'm not sure yet. Maybe I could. Do I want to flip it out? That's pretty on that side too. I actually do want a little flip, but I think, let's see, what kind of washi tape do I have? Let me just grab it quickly. I don't know if I have any that will go with that, unless if I use the purple that I have. This would. Here's some flowers. That one kind of stands out a lot. Thinking this one would probably be better. Let me see. Or I could have this as the tuck this way. I think I'm going to do that. Jeez. Wasn't thinking of that at all. Kind of wanted more flippy things, but I don't want it to get too big. Oops, do I want this side or this side? I think I like this side better. But again, I want to just guesstimate the middle. Put a little thumb notch, which went on my floor. Have to clean that up. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. There we go. Okay, we got that. Now I have some, I didn't even use that. Maybe I'll use that scrap paper for the outside. I forgot all about it. So, let me see what we have here. I kind of wanted to, I don't know, thinking I have some die cuts too that I thought maybe I could use, but I got all these books, and you know how you want to use everything up and then you don't get to use all the stuff that you wanted? Okay. Oops, I'm caught. Just about broke it. Maybe something like this with a background. Or even this way. Little bench. Or this, which I like a lot. And then I have this one as well, which we could have like this in the background with some trees. And then I also have a little chair. Let me think about that. Okay, let's finish this. I have purple paper here somewheres. Here it is. And I hate using my paper, my colored paper. I only have 2 sheets of this left that I purchased. But I was thinking on having like paper that flips that you could write on. So maybe I could just put a little tablet in there. Or do I want it to flip? I'm not sure how This is 4 1/8. So, this is 4 1/8 by, yeah, I have to write it down because I always forget, by 5 1/2. So, I might make these at 5 inches long. Or do I want one that flips? I already got an accordion one, so I think I'll just do this little notepad one. I already have a notepad in the belly band too, but oh, it's for fun, so why not, right? Sorry about that. Okie dokie. Make these 5 inches. This way. Right? Yes. Okay, then they are 4 1/8 wide, so I'll say maybe 3 3/4 wide. And you can't tell where the 3 3/4 is on this. So I'm just going to guesstimate to there. And there's going to be very hard to judge when I'm cutting the other pieces. Okay, we got 3 of those. Let's see. What else can we use? Would like to have, I don't know if I have any plain paper. Oh, there's some. There's some colored paper, but I messed up on it and put lines through it. Let me see. Oh, here's some pretty paper I got from Deborah. Let me take a sheet of that. Although I have an envelope that this is going to go in. No, I'm not going to use that yet. That's going to go in another part of the journal. Okay. I know I have some packaging that I haven't used. Here's some. And I have this coffee dyed crazy one. So let's go ahead and cut this at, what did I say? What were these? See, didn't write it down. These are about 5. So cut this at 5. And then approximately 3 something, because can't measure it right. There's 2 of those. And then we also have this packaging paper, which I'll just cut some of that off. Okay. And it needs to be at 5. Approximately. be something. Okay. Wouldn't it be fun to make these flip everywhere? Like up, down, everywhere. A long train of them. Purple. This. Purple, this and this. Oh, that's almost like a journal. Let's see. Okay, and what do we got on this side? It's not decorated or anything. How do we want to put this on? I'm thinking we could just staple it and then put some lace to cover the other side and this side. But I gotta find a stapler. Well, this video's turning out to be a long one, so I'm going to do a part 1 and part 2. So I thank you for joining me today, and I will see you in part 2. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.